What's up, guys? I'm back again with another video, and this time I'll be presenting my first place Memento deck profile that I've repeatedly gotten first place with. So the reason why I didn't show off this deck very much before or at all is because this was Sean Killian's deck, and I didn't want to take credit for his idea, so yeah. So it basically, the way it got improved is that it's not running Cranium Burst anymore at all, and it does the Griffin Lock combo. And because everyone has suddenly discovered that now and how amazing that is, I asked if I could just show it off, and he said I could. So, yeah. Okay. Starting off with the names. We have 3 Horse, 3 Darkblade, 2 Angwitch, 2 Goblin, 1 of Mace, Sheep, Gaddock, Ekahiron, Horn Dragon, and Combined Creation. So running 3 of each of these, because Darkblade I think is better than Angwitch, because when you pair these 2 together it actually plays through a hand trap, but these 2 together does not, if your opponent just stops the horse. And then 2 Goblin, because we were running the Goblin spell, and everything else is, I don't know, pretty standard. So yeah. Onto the spells, we have 3 Goblin spell, 1 party, fusion, and field spell. So I used to, for a while in here, I was running 2 of this and 1 for 1, but then I realized this card is just better. Especially like when going second, when you're like firing off hand traps. So like just having like Darkblade and this Darkblade is just it's a lot better than having to have an additional monster in hand for the 1 for 1. And then running 3 fusion. I think this card is just one of your other best extenders. And having multiple of this in deck is nice, just for follow-up reasons. Being able to banish and add itself multiple times is nice. Even though it's not really needed, because something like Ekahiron being able to add back banished ones. But having this with 2 names is just so good, because it allows you to play through multiple hand traps just with that in 2 names alone. Especially when it's Horse Darkblade Memento Fusion, then you just have like a god hand. And then for the non-engine, so that was 26 engine cards, and now we have 14 extra slots. So we have 3 Ash, 3 Valor, Ogre, 3 Imperm, and then Gamma Driver. For a deck that doesn't run too many hand traps, Nib is definitely not the greatest. You could, but Gamma's kind of crazy. It helps deal with stuff like Shifter Game 1. It's also just strong on its own, just being able to trade with like pretty much any good card with insane value. And even cards you normally couldn't trade with, like I can't think of one right now, but this card's crazy, especially with something like Goblin Spell, which tributes for cost. If you go like normal Angwitch effect, they imperm, you chain this, and they chain Ash, you can Gamma, and that's pretty nice. I don't run Cross Sheep anymore, so there's not really too many crazy things you do with the bodies, but just them as hand traps is still pretty good. And going first, since your board is so strong, it's usually fine. Driver technically has ways to convert it as well, like 1 for 1, which you see is not in the main, and Memento Fusion for Guardian Chimera can also do it. And then moving on to the extra deck. For fusions, we have 2 Twin Dragon, 2 Creation King, and 1 Guardian Chimera. So I'm aware you don't have to run 2 Twin Dragon. I just like it just in case, since you could run the Cross Sheep. But that card doesn't really come up for me, so I just run 2 of this, like, just in case one gets removed somehow. It's just nice to have. And then Guardian Chimera is very mandatory, as just being able to get an interruption of your Memento Fusion, especially with, like, other non-Mementos. I know you need, like, a Memento for Memento Fusion, but using hand chats with it is nice. Or if you like brick, you draw like a brick name fusion and some like hand chats you haven't used. You could also make a guarding camera to try to get some engine off of that. And now for the links, we have one Donner, SP, Dark, Celine. Very important to play around Nibiru. Access code, Underworld, Yama, Griffin, Sequence, Performant. So yeah, this is the package that actually allows you to do the combo. You usually get Gaddock and Goblin on the field to make Yama. Link that in and Anguish off into Celine. Celine Reborn, make Griffin. And then you need an additional body to link off the Light Fiend Griffin into Sequence, Effect, back a Beast in a Fiend Memento, Summon, Effect Foolish. And then you make SP to banish your Creation King. So that way Baphomet can revive that. Yama can revive the Griffin off of either Creation King pop or Bone Party pop. So it's kind of nice. And you can use the Memento Field Spell to also chain block it too. So insane. And you usually want to have one of these links as well to either clear your field for Horus or combine creation attack all your opponent's guys. And technically, I guess, to out Babuska, like Raziel format. Now, onto the side. 3 Droll, 3 Nib, Bell, Retail, Shifter for crossouts. And then, normally here you'd see, like, whatever going first card I'd run, which usually was Judgment. But I've had a changing idea about that, just because I've always thought of Judgment as, like, if I get interrupted, it's nice to have that as, like, the card. But since the board is so good now, even then, like, before the Griffin lock, your board was still pretty decent. But now I feel like I can confidently start running, like, more extenders. So that's what I decided to do. So I'm running Prosperity, 1 for 1, and Call By. So we have 5 ways to deal with Shifter as I play Shifter for crossout. Battalion sees some people on this, so I have this in just in case. It's also, I don't think it's that great. Sometimes I'll side it in, but yeah. And then Bell, just for the same reason, just an extra crossout target. So this Bell can be kind of tough, like on Fusion, Memento Fusion or Gaddock, as you're getting denied the body and the add back. So you need to be able to play. And usually side patterns going second is siding out like anywhere between like 4 or 6 cards. Usually 1 Fusion, Echo Huron, and some amount of the Goblin quick play spell. Actually, there's one more. Forgetting what the other card is. I don't think it was Horn Dragon. You want Horn Dragon into play around Nibiru when you're trying to go for OTK. Oh, Goblin. You could side out one of the Goblins too. So yeah, that's it for the list. If you want a video on all the ways you can work Karumbo to play around Nibiru, just let me know. That's going to be it for the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.